Well, good morning, world. Look at this, huh? I am in Manhasset Bay, my old stomping grounds. There's the town of Port Washington. This is the town where I grew up as a kid. I lived here from fourth grade through high school. And then after I was married, I was back here with my wife, and we lived here until we had our first son, Carl, um, before we moved to Ohio. But So I've lived a big part of my life here in Port Washington, right here in Manhasset Bay. This is the area I learned to fish. This is where I learned to sail, right here in these waters. I know them a little bit. So beautiful morning this morning. Absolutely gorgeous day. Beautiful, bright and sunny. It was nice and cool. Breeze blowing last night. Blew it through the boat. Had the front hatch open and the cockpit open and the companionway open. And so we had a beautiful breeze blowing through the boat all day. Me and Miss Lily, me and Miss Lily had a great day this morning. Hey, Richard Swally, how are you? And just to settle the argument from all of these people out there, and Clint, if you're watching this, Miss Lily already went out on the bow, and she did her business out on the bow this morning. It took me all of about 5 minutes to go out on the bow with her this morning and have her pee and poop out there. And then it was very easy for me to take her bucket right here, fill it up with fresh water, and just wash all that stuff over the side, down the gunnel and out the scuppers, just like I figured it would do, just like it's done before on my other boat when she went on that. She learned to go out on the bow of my old boat up in Alaska, so it wasn't very long for her to figure this one out and go on the bow here. So I just had to clear the way. I had some of my fenders and stuff out, and so they were kind of in her way. So I removed all the fenders, giving her a clear path, and so now she knows she can run out on the bow and pee and poop anytime she feels like it. So she is a very happy camper at the moment. And for all of those folks who were, oh my God, I'm going to unsubscribe because you're so mean and cruel to your dog because I'm not taking her on the shore to go pee and poop. Yeah, well, barnswoggle. What am I going to do when I'm crossing an ocean? And there's no place to pull over out in the middle of the ocean. And if I'm making any kind of passage, if I'm crossing from Florida to the Bahamas, it's a full day out on the boat, about 24 hours as fast as my boat is to get across. What are you going to do then? She's got to be trained to go pee and poop out on the bow, period. That's what needs to happen. So for those of you guys that aren't into boats and don't have experience with this, you cannot take your assumptions from living on land and apply it. It just doesn't apply. So, man, I just turned the squelch on my radio down, and I could hear someone's holding the microphone because I can hear the squelch continuing. So, anyhow, Miss Lily is absolutely fine. She didn't have any medical issues. She didn't develop any kind of cancers or have any problems because she had to pee this morning. I got up, took her out on the bow this morning, and she went and peed. How hard was that? Come on, people, get real. So anyhow, hey Dar, how are you this morning? Nice to see you. I pretty much always use a wee pad in the winter time, but hey, she's doing fine, going the way you're training her. Birds fly over and poop on whatever they want to. That's true. Yes, okay, Dar, you got to get over this. Sometimes I'm in the middle of a thought, I'm in the middle of something. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop all of a sudden and say hello to you. I come back to the chat and I get it later. You got to get over that. Hey, Gene, how are you this morning? Interesting breakfast conversation. Yeah, Mark, how are you this morning? Okay, excuse me. No problem, Dar. It's just, you've done this a couple of times, like you complained the other day about. You made a comment after I ended a live stream, and when I end a live stream, I don't see the comments once I end this. There's a little X up here in the top right-hand corner of my screen. It's the first thing I do when I end a live stream. I put my thumb on the little X. As soon as I do that, I don't see anything else after that. So if you make a comment to me afterwards, I'm not going to see it. I'm just not going to see it. And unless somebody, comes back and reports to me of some, major problem in the chat after a live stream, I do not go back and rewatch them. I don't. I just don't waste my very precious Wi-Fi minutes for that. So I'm sorry, Dar. Just realize that I will get to it as soon as I'm done having whatever thought and expression I'm talking about. So, any event, with that said, beautiful morning here in Port Washington. Me and the dog are doing fine. I'm glad you were able to train your Chihuahua. It's not hard. She's already been trained to go on the bow before. It was just reaffirming to her that yes, it's okay for her to go do that. So, dark opal. No, she's fine. She's fine. I think Darndar's just a little sensitive. That's all. Just a little sensitive. So, that's okay. That's okay. I'm sorry if I was a little heavy-handed. So, all right. So let's not beat up each other, guys. We're all good here, okay? Let's not ruin what is a beautiful, idyllic morning. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this spot where I'm at this morning. Look at all these beautiful sailboats, huh? Look at my view this morning as I'm sitting here having my water. Just beautiful out here. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at the other way. That's looking out towards New Jersey and up there on the across Long Island Sound. That's out Manhasset Bay. So, so today I've got a lot of projects I'm going to get working on. Mostly today is going to be organizational, planning and resourcing and that kind of stuff. Um, One of my viewers gave me a lead on a marine surplus, salvage yard place. Problem is, it's all the way out in Holbrook, which is only about 40 miles, which doesn't sound like it's very far. But when you're on Long Island, 40 miles is an all-day trip, getting through all the traffic and people and what have you. Now, I'd really love to go all the way over there and see that, but I have two issues. One, I do not have a vehicle, so I'm not walking 40 miles. And two, I have to deal with the dog, do something with the dog while I'm out doing that. So I don't like the idea of leaving her locked down below all day while I go for a run like that, trying to go over there and see what that's going to be. So that's probably not going to be a good option for me, although they probably would have some chain and an old anchor, but I really don't need an old anchor. My spare anchor here is fine. I can work with my spare anchor. It's adequately sized for my boat. And when I say size for my boat, it's probably a little, just a skosh light weight-wise and size-wise, but it's big enough that when I add 20 feet of chain or so to the front of it, it'll be enough that I can still pull it back in after I deploy it, because I don't have a anchor windlass, so my windlass is right there. I got to use my own arms to pull my anchor back in. So I don't want too big of an anchor. So I'm going to convert this. I'm going to buy some chain. I'm going to buy some chain for this anchor and see if I can't get it to just work by itself. And then I'm going to start shopping for a backup, a storm anchor, something a lot heavier that I can work with later on. That I hopefully won't deploy at all ever, but I'll have it here for backup in case I should need to. So that's going to be my plan for anchors as of today. So I missed some stuff here in the chat. Let me see what I saw here. Yeah, Mark, beautiful this morning. Hey, Celie Shannon, how you doing? Good morning. Hey, Popeye, how are you this morning? What's the temperature? I did not say. I'll tell you here in a second. It is 72 degrees. It is the perfect, the quintessential ideal 72 degrees out. It was a really big sailboat out in the harbor. I don't know if it's still there. I don't see it anymore. There was a great big twin-masted schooner out there. Just a beautiful, beautiful boat. But I don't see it anymore. Thing had to have been 80 or 100 feet long. But it's not there anymore. So anyhow, so much for that. So anyhow, good morning, world. Me and Miss Lily are doing fine. Miss Lily's already peed and pooped out on the foredeck, so she's all good to go. All these people that were getting all hysterical and unsubscribing because I'm such a cruel person to my dog, you clearly don't have a clue what you're talking about. So I don't, but there's no way for me to explain that. I actually was reading in the comments about that. There was one viewer was saying that, I'm mean to my dog, so he's going to unsubscribe. And some lady got in there and chimed in with him. And one of my other subscribers commented that they have a dog on their boat, and it's just what I'm doing is what you do. You train the dog to pee and poop out on the deck. And so Um, I found it interesting that they accepted his response. When he said that, it was all okay. But when I said that, it wasn't okay. I was like, what the hell? You know, I mean, I said the exact same thing that he said, but my statement of it was, of course, factually incorrect and I'm cruel, but his was accepted. So I guess, you know, people just need to have somebody else concur. I don't know. I don't know. When it comes to dogs, people are just so weird. I mean, there's all these people out there that have this superiority, holier than thou. You know, they know how to take care of dogs and nobody else does. So when it comes to my dog, I've got a real thin skin, man. I'm going to tell you right now, I love Miss Lily. I take really good care of her. She's the most important thing in my life. And for someone to assert that I'm mistreating my dog is just absolutely ridiculous. So look at her. Can you see her in there? She's in her corner. See that? She's all laid out there in her bed listening to everything I say. What did I miss in the chat here? Hold on. Fine. Okay, sounds nice out there. Too bad I'm sitting at my work. Yeah, sorry about that, Gene. Good Lord. Sounds like the Revenge of the Snowflakes. Pretty much, Danny. Pretty much. Hey, Danny, remember that place? There's Manhasset Bay, buddy. People in cities leave their dogs in little cages all day while at work, and then they get to walk through a concrete jungle for exercise. Yeah, Popeye, I know. I know. You know, now, okay, right now, this next few days, we're going to be here on a mooring ball. And so there's not going to be much opportunity for Miss Lily to go out and run around. I will take her ashore on a daily basis to make sure she gets to run a little bit. But she's going to be pretty much on the boat. We're not tied to a dock. She can't jump on and off. So it's just going to be what it's going to be. But I don't know, my phone just went dark again. God, I hate when it does that. And have their dog go on the balcony. Yeah, same thing. Same exact thing. Yep, absolutely. No notifications again. Yep. Boot darn. No, I'm not going to boot anybody. She's entitled to her opinions and thoughts. It's all good. So, anyhow, kids, I just want to get on here and say good morning, everybody. Let you know we're doing great. I'm going to take it slow a little bit. I'm going to go down and make some breakfast. I've not cooked myself a real breakfast in I don't know how long. So I'm going to go down and cook up some bacon and eggs and some toast, fire up my generator and fire up my toaster, make some toast with some bacon and eggs. Oh man, that sounds good. Might even make some hash browns. And then it's getting time we're going to do some reorganization and then try to start sourcing supplies that we need. So I'll probably call the water taxi and get a ride over to West Marine so I can start surveilling the territory and see what I'm going to be able to get and use. So anyhow, hey, Lee Shannon, you just need to let it roll off your back. Those trolls blow up and often don't even answer them. That's what you want and worry, but forget them. Yep, I agree. Easier said than done, though, man. Easier said than done. So, anyhow, kids, I'm going to go ahead and end this here. I'm going to go down and cook myself some breakfast. Just wanted to say hello to everybody and let you know we're doing great here in Port Washington, New York. We'll be doing our live stream again this evening at 7 o'clock with an update of what we got done for the day. So we'll see you guys then. Yeah, kids, we'll see you guys later at 7 o'clock tonight. Be good, be careful. See you then. Bye.